trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, boys and girls, this is the gold market for today. As you can see, following through the other chart that we did. Folks, I've got a very bad cold, so I can't do anything about I feel all right, with the exception of a sore throat, a headache, and a fever. I'm doing great. No fever. I'm all right. It measured at 45.2780. The high was 45.27. You can see there was your pullbacks that we were looking at today. Now the last part of the day is the least supportive or something, but we've got some other things that we do want to go through and show you on some of the other markets we were looking at. This is the Dow Jones, of course. It's backed off a little bit. I was thinking the Dow might hit 50,000 today because this is such a big day, and we should blast into new high grounds. Now, the Russell has blasted into new high grounds, and it did it in spectacular fashion. Okay, we'll show you that right there. It was one of our trades today, as we made a quick $700 starting out the trading day in the Russell, and it worked out pretty good. But you can see here it should be going down, and it's not. We're over another spot right here where it could be doing something. Looking at this on the long-term picture here, folks, get this 4-hour. You'll see where we went to today. We blasted through the old highs like it didn't even exist. You can see this is where we are up in here. Now this is the S&P just did it too. It just made a new high. Whoa, yeah, it certainly did, as did the cash. So we're moving up here. You can see these were 382 retracements all the way up, but there's where it was Friday, folks. Look at that move here. 150 points in 5 trading days. Give me a break. And I said, this is going to be bullish. I yelled and screamed. And in the video I sent out last night, don't even think about selling it today, folks, because it's Friday in an up market, in an up week, in an up month, in an up decade, in an up millennium. So this is what we're watching. This is big that's going on today, folks. I could be wrong, too. All right. I don't think I am, but we'll have to wait and see. The only one that has not made a new high was the leader of the pack, which is the NASDAQ. It has not made a new high. So that would be the one you want to be watching from the downside if you're paying attention to it right here. We had a lot of things happening today. Let's go through one at a time. Let's move over, and just since we were following some of these markets today during our live trading session, I think it's necessary that we go through. And where is the silver market? Come on, Larry, what happened to the silver? Oh, here's right in front of me. Give me a break, Larry. Give me a break. Okay, here's silver this morning. There's where we were coming in. Look at this right there. Perfect 382, folks. When you have a 382, what does it do? It gives you your price objective right to there. All right, that's just here's a 382 here this morning. This was right when we started to come on. Didn't quite get filled on that, but there was your 382 right there. Hold on a second. We'll draw it in for you. And there's where we are. Came in right there. All right, and you can see you got double 1.618, telling you that that's a big, big number. All you got to do is measure A, B, C, D. It always works for me 60% of the time. Let's just draw it in so we can see what we've got going. Sorry for the folks. I feel pretty good other than the fact that I'm a little raspy. There's giant bullfrogs out here in the lake, and it has a koi pond, and these little frogs make a lot of noise. Anyway, there's where we are here. We made that ABCD pattern up in here. We haven't quite made new highs yet. The old high in copper cattle. Whew, try it again, Larry. Silver is 82.70. We got to 80.40 today. 80.46. So we're just backing off. Now let's just check and see if this stuff really works. Now this is just a little short time frame, but let's measure to see if that low was a 382. Just see if it's any good. All right, check and see. There's your AB, and there's your CD. Look at that. Isn't that amazing, boys and girls? There's a little ABCD right there. It's totally, totally amazing, as they say in the trade. Now, we had one other really good one today as we were finishing the show. We were selling the, you can see here is the crude oil. We were selling crude oil at 59.76. The high was 59.77. And now it's starting to move down nicely, which is always a good thing when you see that working in that direction. Do they work like this all the time? No, they did not. But you can see the patterns on the way up. Nice little ABCDs, nice little ABCDs, bringing you up into this area. This was time and price came together. It happened to be one that worked really well. And so that's what we're watching. All right, now let's move on to something that involves everybody, and that is the foreign currency markets. Here's foreign currency markets. Let's get the euro up here because this is really big what's happening right now. You see on this long-term hour chart, we got a number down in here. Now, the number that came out this morning was viewed as very, very bullish for about 10 seconds. We'll get it down to a smaller time frame, and you'll be able to see what happened. Okay, there was the bullishness right there. We'll just move that over so you can see it where we were going back. Just pick any one of those highs back here, and you're going to see you're probably right at a 382 on the rally back. Well, it actually went to 50%, and then it gave it back up again. Looking at this on the daily chart, and this is what's important, folks, because people are telling everyone how bearish the U.S. dollar is. Folks, I don't know what planet they're on, but there's nothing bearish about that U.S. dollar. Let's just, so there's the euro. Okay, now you're coming down. We're going to hit a probably pretty good 618 right about in here somewhere. We're at 50%. But look at the U.S. dollar. I heard it 3-4 times on Bloomberg this morning that the U.S. dollar is trash. That was the word they used, trash. I hope they... Well, let's just get it up here. There's the dollar index. Let's get it up here on the daily, and you'll be able to see that it looks far different than trash, don't you think? That's not trash when you're up this many days. Look at that. Look what we did. We made a pretty big high up in here. I think we might have made the exact 618. Let's just no, we missed it by a little bit. Hold on, not by much. Whoa, we hit it right on the money, honey. Yeah, sure did. Well, maybe that's going to be it, but right now it don't look too bad. But look at that, boy, that's almost exactly 618. And there's your ABCD. Well, that you're not seeing that in the euro, but there it is right now. Let's just make a quick look here one more time, because I've did so much work this morning that I couldn't get it all out at one time. Yeah, see, we need to get there. There's the number right here in the euro. If we get down there, then I'd say, yeah, the dollar's got to turn, but it's got to get to that level. That's another 4 or 5, well, more than that. That's good, quite a bit of ways down there. So that's at 160. So watch that at 160, because that's what we're looking at right now. All right, now that's the reverse of the U.S. dollar. The U.S. dollar is, of course, 56% of the euro itself, of the dollar index. Okay, we're going to get this out of the way here. And we want to cover a few stocks here in just a minute, so bear with me, and we'll be right back.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN. educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Okay, folks, I've been with TFNN for 18 years. I met Tom Sr. in 01. I think 02 I met Tommy Jr. He was just a kid. Well, he still is. Anyway, we have to go over some of this long-term stuff. I'm an ABCD guy. This is a New York Stock Exchange monthly chart going back over the last 10 years. Okay, now I want you to see here. Now, you know, my time frame is not yearly, daily. It's microsecond compared to these, but you have to see this. There are 3 ABCD patterns completed. There's a large one going from 06, from the COVID. There it measures to 22,500. You got the one here. Second one is 22,500. And you've got this one right here. This is monthly. It's taken 6 months to do that one, and that comes in at 2205. They all come in at 2205. Pretty important, huh? Well, let's just take a quick look here. Let's go up here and bring it up. Now, here's the euro, Bitcoin, folks. It's taken 6 weeks to make a 382 retracement. This is extremely bearish. Okay, here's a New York Stock Exchange Index right over there. You see where it's trading? 22,485. It hasn't taken out yesterday's high yet. So that's pretty close. Anyway, that's why I'm trying to give you some information here. But I want to go through some of these patterns. They're going to be in the newsletter. And there's so many of them, folks, you can't do them all. I'm just going to do the ones. Here's the Dow Jones doing the same thing. It's measuring at 49,000 and change. And this was done a few days ago, but there's the high up there, 49,000. So far, the high has been 49,900 in the thing. We missed 50,000 by 100 points. We still might get there today. I thought we might, but you can see we have a 3 drive to a top pattern, multiple ABCDs also coming in on the dailies. Okay, now if we look at the emerging markets, here's the emerging markets. You can see we completed a big 3 drive pattern up here with an island reversal, folks. Look at that. 3 days ago, island reversal. All right. If we take a look at Hong Kong, there's Hong Kong on the long term. Okay. There's a 786, 3 lower tops. Okay. And that's also involved in the program. And if you look at this on a daily basis with Hong Kong, you can see here, there's the 135 pattern. We're trading right here, right now, folks. So this is a 135. High was made in October, November, and there we got this Bradley date is coming in. Okay, I've already talked to you about the New York Stock Exchange. Did I do the update on that one? Where is it? Right there. Yeah, there's the update on that New York Stock Exchange Index right there. The high has been 22,724 today. So it's 200 points higher than this. But what's important about this, folks, you see this is a monthly chart, by the way. Oh, I can't do that. Just a minute. I got it. That's the margin department. No, it's a joke. It's a spam call. All right, you can see all the patterns coming up here that we just talked about. But this low right here, you see that low right there? That was a low from 1974. That was the bottom in 09, folks. That 09 low, and I didn't know 382s back in then, but I knew them, but I didn't know what the hell they meant. Anyway, that was the 382 going back to 1974. 1974, we had a double bottom in October and December with all of these same type of planetary stuff coming in, all right? So that's just part of it. The reason why it's so interesting is, and let me show you the thing, we went through those numbers and, you know, what they've done during those times. That's just, well, I'll do them one at a time, but, well, I guess I should do them one at a time. That'd be the easiest way to do it. Let's just show you, here is the, this was the 08 top. Okay, right in here, all right? That's what we were watching, all right? Then the 09 bottom, that was a really big one. See the 3 drive to a bottom pattern? Okay, the big one in 87, okay? This was harmonic convergence, 25th of August, 5 planets. 2nd of October, we had a Venus Uranus, similar to what we got now. This is what's happened right now. Okay, now we'll move over and we're going to take a look at a couple others. As long I've got so many of them that they're going to be included into the newsletter, of course. But that's pretty much what we're watching here so far today. I want to make sure I don't miss anything because I did so many of these that are getting ready. I think this is just a repeat of another one, so just bear with me here a second. Now, that's the same one, going back over a period of less time. This goes back over 6 years, but you can see we have multiple ABCDs coming up here as we're speaking here today. And not only that, I mentioned to you where the Bradley model was. You've already seen that. So let's get back up here and talk about some other markets. We've already talked about the euro in here. So let's get up and we'll move over just 1 second. I've got to clean this up here. Window tile vertical. Hold on 1 second. I will be right with you. And let's get back to the Russell, because the Russell's had this big move. Now, this morning, let's get up to the smaller time frame. Go right here. Okay, this morning, what we were looking for was this move right here. And I want you to see this, folks. There's your low from yesterday. Okay, there's your low today. You see that 382, folks? Now, can you tell me that that's not valuable if you're trading a real strong trending market? Now, we were fortunate enough to sell it up here because we had some 1.618 expansions on the hourly chart. I don't know if they're still showing. Yeah, there it is right there. There it is. There was a high right there. The high so far, 2650. There's been the high right there. That should be it. There's 1.618 of that over the last month. If this isn't the high, then fiddly diddly, we'll have to start doing something else. Get back to that old moving average. I always keep it in there so that when I want to see that moving average, see how nice that is. Oh my God, you got to make a lot of money doing that. I'm going to share this one with you, folks. So write it down because you'll never see it again. And it is a simple moving average, 7,334. 7,334. That's it. Don't let anybody know that. Please write it down. So all you have to do is follow it up. Okay? That's all you have to do. It's a lot harder than that, boys and girls. Anyway, that's the number we were watching here today in the Russell. We talked about it just a little while ago because we were looking at that smaller time frame. Get that up there. And see, it came in a little later than we expected, but at least it started to be backing off from that level as we speak here. so far. We got 2.5 hours left to go in the market. Who knows? Now let's switch over to the cattle market to see if we were able to get another sell-off in the cattle market. And I also want to talk to you about a couple other grains that we're watching. And we need to talk to you about the crude oil market in general. We're going to have Mike Moore hopefully on next week, and he'll give us an idea. See, the news is telling you that the oil is breaking down, right? Hello, operator. It ain't breaking down. All right. Here's Friday's action. Okay. Here's Friday's action. Okay. Our goal is to sell the 382s. Okay. Now the 382 came in right here. Okay. It went up to the 50%. That was it today. All right. You see, if you got filled, you still made a pretty good money because it didn't go above the 618. We did have a pretty good bounce here a little while later. Now that's right here. Let's see if that was a 382. We'll mark that down from that level to that level, and there it is right there. And from 34 to 33, that's $600 just quickly, which isn't too bad. Okay, there you go. That's what I like to see. All right, get this out of the way here. And that's when you cover it down. We'll be
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Okay, here's the soybean meal, folks. We were looking to be a buyer, but we missed it because we were trying to buy it there, but that was from yesterday late. So here, market opened up in here, got to this level, but when it got there, look at the perfect head and shoulders pattern, folks. This is right out of Andrew Lowe's book. Non-random walk down Wall Street. He said his formula was the left shoulder must be higher than the right shoulder, which it is. The distance between the left shoulder and the head to the right shoulder should be very, very close to being equal. Okay, close within a bar or two, correct? And the ratios, he didn't know the ratios. We don't tell him those things, of course. He'll write another book about that later. Somebody will find us 382. There's your 61%, okay? So let's just look at this real quickly. Because this is how you control. It's not how much money you make, it's how much money you don't lose. And that's the whole key. If you can do that, you're going to be far better off. Okay, there's where you are. There's your left shoulder. There's your head. All we're going to do is put the cycle tool in here and move it over and, right there. There it is, right there. Right there this morning. You sold it at 05. It's now trading at 03. You made $200. You're risking $200. That's what it's all about on a short-term basis. Okay, all of these, they work the same way. You want to try to line them up so you don't have to risk very much. All right. So we get this out of the way. We didn't get that trade done, folks, because we were doing too many other things, watching all these other markets that we were following. So let's get this out of the way here. Look at the NASDAQ. This NASDAQ is a beauty. Look at this. Every time it gets anywhere near, let's just get up here. Still making new highs. Backs off a little bit. Still making, well, not new highs. It's making new highs over the last day or two. I think did it take out yesterday's low? I don't know. Yesterday, I'm pretty sure we did. No, we didn't. Yesterday's, that was back. Oh, that was the 7th. So we haven't done that yet, but we're close. Hold on one second, folks. When we had this move here, the market broke here, and then we rallied up almost 300 points. Look at that. That's a 300-point move. That's a $6,000 move in the NASDAQ, folks. You can see the swings that we're having, just absolutely amazing. If we look at this on the 4-hour, it's the only one. Remember, this used to be the leader. It's the only one that has not taken out the old high from way back here on, guess what date that was? The 28th of October. What's that important about? The 28th of October, 1929 was the date of the crash. That's all that means. It doesn't mean anything more than that. There's nothing suspicious about it. You got to match it up. So there's where we were. We're above the 786, and we got 2 hours to go. We're most probably going to take this out. We're going to find out if any of this stuff works Monday morning when you come in, because then if the market's really strong, then you're going to be saying, oh boy, that guy from Terre Haute, Indiana, man, he really blew that one. Folks, I knew how bullish it was last Friday. No question about that. Looking at that 4-hour chart, there's where we were right there. If you remember all those numbers coming in here. All right. So there's where we were. Bang, 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 just like this one was. I think we pointed it out to you several times. Here's we back on the 4th. There it is right there. Come in on the 5th. Here we are on the 9th. 5 days, very, very strong action. And we've taken out the highs here the other day here. That was 2 days ago. And now we're back there banging against it. We're almost positive to get through it without any much trouble. Well, who knows? But anyway, that's these markets should be making a new high. That's why I said, it's an up day and an up week and an up month, yada da 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 da. So that's why you don't want to mess it. I don't know what they're trying to put us over on the AI program, but 2 of the AI stocks are doing very well. Let's bring these up here. And the number one, of course, is the product that just about everybody uses, which is Google. And we're going to get this up, and you'll see it's making new highs. It just did. Let's get the daily up so you'll be able to see it. See, we did make a new high by a little bit. All right. Amazon is also coming in pretty good. Let's get that up. Where's that one at? Amazon's right here. It's not made a new high. It's just coming up to the 7-8 print. But some of these others, like ADM, It's AMD. Okay, look at this. It's actually rallying today. Let's see where it is compared to that. See, it's still not anywhere near the old highs up here. That's Archer Daniels, Midland, Larry, guys, darn it. Advanced Medical Devices doesn't look quite that good. See, this is one of the number twos. This is an AI stock, right? All right, let's look at Microsoft. It's this number two of the MI. They put more money than anybody else, and even more than Google. MSFT, where are you, Microsoft? Hold on, Microsoft. Here's Microsoft right here. Let's see how this one looks. Get this daily up on this, and we'll see what it looks like. They're telling us one thing, and the money's moving somewhere else. Is that bullish, folks? Okay, is that bullish? This is Microsoft. This is the best stock investment of the last 50 years. If you'd have bought this in 1986 when it came out at $17 a share, each share at $17 is now worth $146,000, considering the splits. And I've done this on all of these things to show you what they've done well, you don't get to see it that way. That doesn't do that. I want monthly. There it is with all the splits, okay? That's what it hit, 558. And that's where it's worth $146,000. Anyway, that's what we're paying attention to. We've got all of these patterns coming to do. Whether they mean much or not, we're going to find out. But it's going to be fun next week, no matter what. Even if I have egg on my face, I love scrambled eggs, so that's not a problem. All right, move this out of the way here. That's just some of them. I go through all of them. The only two they're making new highs is Google. And boy, I can't even remember the other one that's making a new high. I think Google's the only one. Of course, one of the big ones, of course, was Avco. You remember Broadcom? That's been the darling of the AI business. And for some reason, Avco has come on to bad times. Look at Avco, folks. It's gone from 415 down to 315. All we did was make a 382 rally here. This is not bullish, and that's one of the big Broadcoms. Now, the news will come out tomorrow that they're putting in $7 trillion, and it'll be trading at $500. But that's the way it goes. So that's what we're watching as we see these things unfold here. So we get this out of the way here, and we get this out of the way here, get this out of the way here. And we need to look at NVIDIA because that's been the darling. That's the $4 trillion company, and it's still worth $4 trillion, I understand. And it's got all the bullish news in the world, and it just ain't looking that bullish. In fact, it's even down today. So if you explain to me how that works, I'd like to know, and I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of responses for it. We're going to take a break here now, I think, so stay tuned.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Okay, folks, there's a really good chance we might make 50,000 in the Dow today because you'll see the early morning from yesterday's low, the early morning low here. We made a high here. Okay, we dropped 400 Dow points right down to there. That's a 382. That's going to take you to 50,000 in the Dow. That's just another number. Now, let's go back and see what happened the previous day, the 5th to the 7th. Where did you go to? Oh, my goodness. It went right to the, guess what? 382, there it is right there, and away we went. That tells us we could get to 50,000 without any trouble at all. And the odds say that it is. By the way, the odds on the 51st state being Canada is now down to 2-1, and the odds of Greenland becoming in the 52nd state will be 5-2. So the odds are moving that we're going to be taking over. Someone said there were a 50-50 chance of taking in the Vatican as the 53rd state, but I don't know if that's true or not. It's just rumor that I heard on TikTok. I don't even know what TikTok is, but I've heard the using before. So anyway, that's what we're watching here so far. Okay, let's get out of the way here. See what else we got going. Silver, that's it. They already covered the gold, and we covered the S&P. Oh, the S&P 70-10. It's getting pretty good there. There you go. See, it just made another new high. I think that's the ABCD. We talked about that earlier this morning in the because we had a beautiful pattern here on the bottom. See that beautiful ABCD pattern right there? Said, gee, what a great buy that was. We were doing other things, but they were still working out okay, but we missed that. And that gave us an ABCD structure right here. I said to watch this towards the end of the day. There's your AB leg right here. There's your CD leg right there. That comes in at 70.18, and so far the high has been 70.14. So it's pretty close. It should get there without too much trouble. We've already made the number in the Russell at 25.60. I pointed that out to you before that we did make that one at 25.60. So that's completed. So they're doing one at a time as they go through. The NASDAQ is getting close. NASDAQ needs to get above 26,000, and that would make that number complete too. And let me see where we are on that compared to that. And that is at we're at 25. Whoa, came real close. We're only a few pips away from that at 26,000. So that's what it's supposed to be doing, folks. This is how they get it. Remember what Bernard Baruch said: stock market exists to make grown men, very humble. And of course, he said one other thing. He said, real theory of the stock market is you inflate something to a high price and you can get people to buy it all the way down. And sometimes that is the case. But we've got a lot of things happening with these, silver and gold making these big numbers. These cycles are related to that. So there should be some big things. The Treasury bonds. Let's get up and talk about Treasury bonds here for a few minutes, because that was a lot of news today because of the jobs report, which is an absolute ridiculous thing. It meant nothing. Folks, 50,000 jobs, when you're talking about millions of people, why do people fall for that? That's the same stuff they used to do with the money supply back in the 70s and 80s and 90s. Oh, the money supply means so much. It meant nothing. That's just what the games they play to get you to, never mind. Get off your post. Soapbox, Pesavento. Hold on here. What were we talking about? Now I lost my train of thought. Oh, that's not good. All right, I'll remember it in a second here. Well, shucks, I don't remember what I was going to talk about. See, I get confused. I've had a long day, folks. We started at 5:30, and I've been going nonstop since. I love every minute of it, but it doesn't it keeps you a little bit tired sometimes. Treasury bonds. There's where we are. Treasury bonds. Just takes a little while for it to kick back in again. And they're doing nothing. There it is right now. There's the daily in Treasury bonds. We're still sitting in this same area for a long time. Let's get down to the hourly. It's trying to move higher. We've had the ABCD today. You can see, believe me, we didn't do this one because we had so many other things we were doing, but there was a perfect ABCD right here today in the old Treasury bonds right at the 786, and they moved about a point higher. Big move up. Let's see if the old 382 would have helped here in the Treasury bonds after we hit there, okay? So we go down to a 4-minute chart, and we're going to see, there it was right there. Let's see if that's it. All right, now there's the bottom being made. Strong trend by the 382. Let's see if it's right. There's your low. Oh, it looks like it missed it. Missed it by one tick. So that doesn't work. All right, we'll move on and see what we got here for something else to do here, and then we'll see how the clock on the wall is. 36 seconds, 2 minutes and a half to go. Oh, my goodness. Let's take a look at Apple. Is Apple still under the gun? We'll see. Might even be up today. Who knows? Yeah, Apple's reversed. See, we started down on the day. Apple's now taken out the previous day's high. In fact, it's just about completed the ABCD to the downside. So if you're interested in buying something and you like ABCD, Apple will be the one to buy, because there's your there's your CD right down here within $2 of the exact low. So that could be a very interesting one to pay very close attention to, okay? All right, let's get this out of the way. Let's see where we are with this. Hold on 1 second. I got to clean this up just a little bit. And then we've got, two stocks to look at. First was JP Morgan. We're going to get up here and take a look at this. This has been a very expensive stock. I mean, a very powerful stock for you guys. Okay, there's where we are right there. It's Apple up on the day, but down quite a bit from the high that we made back here. So that's another one that's completed the big ABCD pattern to the upside along with Apple. And then someone has to take a look at International Business Machines, HIJK. That starts with an I somewhere in here, right? IBM is right there. Let's see how it's doing. How much is it now? 305. Well, see, it's still lower. See, IBM has been making lower tops in here for a while. Fact is, it's probably a 135 pattern. It is. It's a 135 pattern here in IBM. So let's get that up, and we'll take a quick look at it here. There it is right there. There's your 1, 3, and 5. Let's see how the ratios line up. The last ratio from low to high should have been 786. What do we do? Not quite. The second one should have been at least 786 because it did the same thing as the other one. That would put it down there. This one went to the 618. So it completed. Now, the other thing that you have to have with a 135 is you got to have good symmetry. In other words, the time between these highs has got to be very close. That's from our good friend Roy Longstreet and his dad, or his son, Bill. See, that's pretty close. It's close enough. The price is what counts. Time is always elusive, but the price, that's etched in stone. All right, so that's it. By the way, the NASDAQ is very, very close to taking that out at 2,600. The old high is 26,400 in the NASDAQ, folks. That's way back here. See, 26,400 is the old high, and would have to get above that to make it bullish, I guess. But there's where we are right now.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, folks, this is the German DAX, and we'll bring this up because this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 expanding triangle. Wells Wilder brought this as a trading system out in the 90s for $3,500. He sold it to 1,000 people, and it came right out of Gartley's book, the T6 pattern. It means you can see there's a triangle. They had them numbered 1 through 6, but the T6 was the reverse point wave. What it's saying is down, up, and up to your final move. You see where it's trading right now, 250, 260, okay? And the high was supposed to be 250. 250, 238, so it's within a few points of that, but it's called the reverse point wave that we're watching, okay? So that's why we're paying attention to that. And then finally, I think we did the IBM, get that out of the way. We've done the DAX. That's pretty much it. We're going to find out whether this stuff works or not when we come in Monday. Because if we're really strong Monday, then we're going to have to say, Larry, what do you do? And I'm saying, I'm going back and do something with you. I'm a poet and don't know it. I make it rhyme every time, but I won't give up. But I've seen so many of these things, but never like this before. But there's more ABCs now than there are in the alphabet, folks. That's all I can tell you. And not only that, there's not but one person out there. I don't know who it is. Oh, by the way, Goldman Sachs did issue a report that the market looks a tiny bit overextended. You might want to diversify and to go in some lower price stocks and that might catch up, and then also some zero coupon bonds or some other stuff. I mean, they just said there's nobody saying danger, danger, danger. You know, I'm looking at a rattlesnake farm, and everybody thinks it's tulips. So, you know, there you go. This is the way it was in 07 or 09, folks. The same way. I couldn't get anybody to buy. Tommy O'Brien said, if you miss this when you're going to be looking for a new job, I said, Tommy, I'm okay with it. The next day it started up, and it's been going up ever since now, 15 years. Not a bad run. Love you guys. See you on the flip side. Boy, it's going to be interesting Monday, so stay tuned.